Alright, back again, and welcome to you all. If this is your first time coming to my channel, visiting my channel, please feel free to subscribe, like, whatever you wish to do. I'll keep trying to bring more and more videos to you of reborning babies. I just made a mistake. And also silicone babies and sculpting babies, but as time allows. Now, I've just made a mistake here, guys, sorry. I'm just taking time out to rectify that mistake. Because I was just doing eyebrows. I must have had some paint on my glove that I didn't realise touched it, and I got the colour that I didn't want on there. So there. Alright, these are finished eyebrows. I'm just going to... I hate doing eyebrows. I'll tell you now, it is probably one of my least favourite things to do, and I really don't like it. But anyway, just to give you an idea, this is wool. This is I do the same colour for all babies now, regardless of whether they're going to be blonde or dark brown or whatever, because babies' eyelashes in reality are very, very fine. They're very sparse and very fine. So I just use the same fawn colour to do the eyebrow. Now, I can see that despite my tremendous effort, I still have made mistakes. You may ask, what am I using here? I will explain as I go along what it is. And hopefully we can get this all done. Now, seen again. Might have to change gloves, I think. I'm getting paint where I don't want it to be. Okay. Just make sure. It's probably dried off. So, I use the fawn colour in the Jo Sonja's, or however it's pronounced. Acrylic paints, and I've mixed some up here. As you can see, it's quite a thick mix with the same mediums as I've been using to create the babies. And then what I've done is, and I couldn't find it, so hopefully it is the right one. I've taken a very, very fine brush just there, and if it's the right one, because I don't know where I put it, I've cut some of the hairs off. I'm just looking, maybe I've got the wrong brush, and that's why my first lot of eyebrows have not come out the way I want them to. Okay. Maybe this one, you know. Actually it is. I made a mistake. But anyway, very fine, tiny brush, and I literally cut some of the fibres down on an angle. Okay, so it gives it more like a hair-like appearance. But I've done it in the other brush, so it's... going to stay now. I also use this dotting tool, which is basically for nail art, and just go through it with the dotting tool to thin it down somewhat. So I use the same colour, is what I'm trying to say here, and very light colour, very light application on all babies. Now, this is the... it's a cosmetic something or other. It's like a little sponge on the end of it. And what I do, I have the Ultimate Fusion. Don't know if they still make it in these bottles, but I'm sure you can find a paint eraser somewhere. Not necessarily Ultimate Fusion, but some other one. Although you probably can find this one. I've broken the top off. This is why it's open. And, silly me, I dip this into it, and it's a really fantastic product, because if you have made a mistake, you just go over it. It won't take off all your paint. I just loaded it up now. It won't take off all your paint, but it will take off what you want it to, which is really great. It's one of the best ever erasers that I've ever tried. Where's the sponge? Okay, so it's really fantastic. So I'm hoping that they haven't stopped making it, because it's really great. Now, you can get it in the pen style as well. And that's basically, it's the same sort of stuff that was in that bottle, but I just prefer to use it the other way. But you can do it with this as well. So, being air dry paint, of course, it's dried very quickly. I can see I've made some boo-boos, which I'm not happy about. Probably where I've lent my gloves. Should get a new pair. Anyway, so that's all that we do. Now I'm going to try and show you on her. Not easy. I absolutely hate doing our eyebrows. This is just my way. I don't know whether it's right or not. Dip it into my paint. I take off the excess paint on a napkin. And this one's a little bit easier because it's got the brow bone there. Some of them don't. So I'll put a mark where the first hair will start. Why isn't this working? And that would be at the corner of the eye. Okay. Middle would be around about there. That's entirely... This can't be the right brush. Oh. Yeah, entirely up to you where you put it. And the end brow will be corner of the end of the eye. Okay. So you do it on both sides to try and get both brows to be even. So we'll start corner there. Now, I'm hardly touching the vinyl because otherwise I'll get, like I just did now, two thicker lines. And I don't want that in the corner of the eye, just there. Always blot it off. So I'm going to try, and it's just very, very vague lines. I just sort of sweep them up a little bit. This brush is not actually working, guys, so I don't know where I've put my brush that I had done for eyebrows. This is so stupid. This looked like it could be the one, but it's not working for me. So I'm just going to use the same one I did for the other baby. Take the excess off. And very lightly, light, tiny, tiny fine lines. Go, and they sort of slant more down as they reach the end. So, some artists spend a lot of time with eyebrows. I like to try to do the best I can and move right along because I'm not going to pretend to be one of those artists that absolutely have got it down pat. I haven't. And I don't know whether I ever will because, you know, it's just either you got the talent for it or you don't. In my case, I don't. So I do the best I can, hope it suffices and move on very quickly. So, okay, you can see, oops, that's not the one I wanted. You can see, no, don't fall, I still need you. I should have had that ready because it does dry. As you can see how vague the eyebrow is. It is there, but it's not staring right back at you. You can actually miss it if you don't look carefully. And I'm just using the eraser to even it up. If I feel that I need a bit more, then I'll tread carefully and just add vague little lines, just very, very vague little lines. And where is it? I don't know whether you can actually see that. Anyway, there's my eraser, and I'm just taking off wherever I might have gone wrong, basically. I don't know whether you can see that. It's very vague. So we do the same on the other eye. And it's just, I'm trying not to put any pressure on the brush at all. I'm barely touching the vinyl. And still, you'll get some parts that come out a little bit too thick. I think I need a new sponge here too. Where'd it go? Oh, here. It's just thinning down the lines. And then just I'm running out of paint. It's very line, very, very fine lines. So, if you look at a baby of mine and you don't see the eyebrows first off, that's good, because then I've done them right. I have seen other artists where you can look at the baby and all you see is eyebrows, and everyone to their own, each to their own, I should say, but no, that's not my idea of doing brows. So I'll come back and see whether I need to put any more little lines in. Just here. But yeah, no, I with human with real babies, if you go and have a look at them, you don't notice. You have to look closely to see that they've got eyebrow. So, which is a good thing, because like I said, I'm not real good at doing them. Okay, if you can do them better, good. I'm happy. I'm really happy for you. But myself personally, no. I cannot do them any better at all. And in fact, sometimes with preemies or very, very young newborns, I omit them altogether, because a lot of them that are born in real life don't have them anyway. In fact, I know one of my daughters, Patricia, was born with no eyelashes and no eyebrow either, but yeah. Yes, of course she got them when she got older, but at the time of the birth, no, she didn't have them. Oops. And but if you do that with a reborn doll, chances are people are going to start screaming out, "Oh, she's made a mistake. You know, she doesn't have eyebrows, or she doesn't have eyelashes." And even if it is on your part, it's genuine, if that's how you wanted it, it's not the way they're going to see it. I would not be tempted to do any more than that. Right? Even that, for me, is a little bit too much of eyebrows. But anyway, we'll let that flush off, because we still have to put our varnish on today. Hopefully we can get these ones finished. I'll be back later.